Hello and welcome to another episode of Low Tech Health. Let ourselves translate expert knowledge. Today is Let's Talk Tickers on Taco Tuesdays, and instead of doing a traditional podcast for the 100th episode, I'm going to show you something I like to use to rejuvenate myself. It's a form of what I'd like to call cognitive behavioral conditioning rather than therapy, because I am not a therapist, and this is not but educational and entertainment purposes only. Real reason that I want to do this, just stretch instead of a podcast, like talk and try to think, because this trampoline park yesterday wore me out. My muscles are so sore, my brain and tongue is still not working quite right. But this is a neat little stretch pattern and cycle that is accompanied with some visualizations that's really fun and a great wake up stretch to do. I love doing it. If I remember to do it, it's a fantastic start to my day, and it's a really cool way to practice goal setting and understanding your emotions and how to use them and incorporate them with your body movements in a bidirectional neurotransmission. So on Let's Talk Tickers Taco Tuesdays, we're going to turn this upside down and learn how to rethink problems. So we start off Russell. And yeah, for those who are just listening, please go to the YouTube or my blog and check out the video, because after this point, if you're listening, there's really nothing you can work on, except you can follow along with the visualizations, which is a pretty neat exercise in and of itself. So we'll stretch up both hands to the sky, thinking of a time when everything went right. For me, I'm using time the other week. I was inner tubing. I swear, my tongue is not firing right. My brain is just not giving enough ATP to my tongue to work. Alright, so you're stretching up, thinking of a time when everything went right, inner tubing last week, and now you're going to stretch down, think of a problem to be resolved. See the bugs in my little garden, so I'm going to stretch sideways, think of a time when everything went right, inner tubing, and we're going to reach behind us, make a little chicken wing, reach your head towards the chicken wing. Now look up, time when everything went right, inner tubing, down, problem to be resolved, bugs in the garden. Switch sides. You can repeat that a couple times. Look up, inner tubing, fix the bugs. Inner tubing, fix the bugs. And you should feel this in your traps up top. Now you're going to pull your shoulders up, think of a grudge, think of somebody who did you wrong, think of somebody who cut you off, just hold that grudge, think of all those emotions, all that anger, that just hating you, feel it, pull it up, pull your shoulders, no neck, and then drop it, and then loose it out, and let it go, and let that grudge go. Alright, now you're going to reach to your either left or right, to that uppermost goal, reach to that uppermost goal in your life. It's just beyond your fingertips. Alright, and you got it. Pat yourself on the back, good job. Repeat this side. Just beyond your fingertips, your uppermost goal, whatever it is. For me, it's making this podcast a hospital-wide sort of educational program and teaching patients how to utilize good health practices. Pat yourself on the back. You accomplished it. Yes, it's in every hospital in the world. Now you're going to reach up and share that accomplishment with the world. You're going to stretch like you're getting your lats ready for a nice locking in those achievements. All right. Now you're going to picture or think of an unbearable situation. This usually has to do with loss of a loved one. It's hard for me. It's hard to think about. So we're going to reach sideways. Go over the top. Ballet stretch for your obliques. Do 5 breaths. All right. I'm going to skip that. That sense of time. Now go over the other direction, think of that unbearable situation and bear it, grit and bear it. Yeah. 5 breaths done. And now you will grab your ankle with either hand and stretch your quads. This is a tricky one. It's even hard for people who've practiced it many times. So you're going to hold your thigh. Think of the stillness in contrast to the busy day ahead. Hold that for a few breaths. Now let one hand hold your ankle as you pull your knee in front of you. And get ready to put your best foot forward for the day. Switch sides. Oh, stillness in contrast with the day ahead. Oh, there's this giant bruise on the top of my foot. It's so wicked. And best foot forward to prepare for the day. And last but not least, we're going to put our feet either together, shoulder length. You can start together, work your way out, shoulder, and a little bit further and step apart. But you're going to fall forward and pretend you are a teacup, dumping all the contents of your thoughts down onto the ground, dumping it out. Oh, let it all fall forward. And emptying it out. Let it dangle. And that, my friends, is a cognitive behavioral conditioning exercise. Stretch the PAFF, program ambulatory fitness philosophy. The more you know about your body, the more you know about yourself and your health. And I think it's so important for us when we talk tickers to listen to your body, because that's something people who exercise and people who have become accustomed to the dialogue with their body know what they're talking about. But there's signs you ignore. We ignore being full. We ignore being satiated. We ignore these symptoms of boredom and substitute them for hunger. And that is a disturbing practice that we can condition ourselves out of with just a little bit of time, effort, and motivation. And it doesn't take much. You don't have the motivation at first, but you get up and do it. It takes about 5 minutes. Thank you all for listening. I'll see you tomorrow on What's Happening My Tummy Wednesday.